My great-great-grandfather moved to this area in 1885, and he did a lot of different things, but one of the things he did was plant peach trees along with a lot of other people at that time, and we've really been here ever since. When we go back that far, we don't have a whole lot of written records. I've got a lot of records from the 30s, 40s, so I know what peaches they grew then, but back then, there were really three peaches that started the whole deal. And started the commercial peach industry in Georgia. It, of course, was Elberta, which was crossed, or was actually open pollinated in 1889. Before that, the original peach was a Georgia Belle, or Belle of Georgia, which is a white meat peach that its date of origin is 1875. So those two, and then the Holly, which was 1886. Those were the three main cultivars of the late 1800s, early 1900s. It kind of got this whole show started.
When did new cultivars start to come in, and why did those ones lose popularity?
A lot of it is not it's not eatability. You know, for a farmer, there's a lot more that goes into a peach than just how good it eats, because honestly, the Georgia Belle is one of the best eaten peaches you can eat. It's just impossible for you to move it anywhere, even off the tree, without bruising it. So as they obviously got more sophisticated and had more interest and more money in the industry, they began to try to improve peaches to try to get better, newer varieties. And really, ever since then, most of the stuff I have that comes out new is in the 30s and 40s. So it's kind of like everybody grew those 3 or 4 peaches for 30 or 40 years. And they said, all right, at that point, Alabama was growing, everybody started growing peaches, and we needed to start separating ourselves one way or another.
Well, the other one that you mentioned that seems to be a historic cultivar that really changed everything. What was it though? The California, was it O'Keefe?
Oh, Henry.
Oh, Henry. Tell me about O. Henry. How did O. Henry change everything? What were peaches like before O. Henry, and what were they like after?
Back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, even the 60s, before California became such a big producing state, our peaches were not red. They were yellow. Visually, they were yellow skinned with a blush. They'd have 15 or 20% red on it. O. Henry is a fully colored late season peach, which means it is completely red. Well, when that kind of came out, it has really good storage qualities, shipping qualities, and it doesn't bruise or show bruising near like a yellow peach does. What we did as an industry is you just moved to red peaches all year, and O. Henry was one of those, and it came out in 1970. So it's not that old, but that's about when the move started from yellow to fully colored red peaches.
Well, I've seen a picture of the Georgia Belle peach. And in the picture, man, that thing is not even white. It's sort of green.
It's real green.
Yeah.
And it's, it'll be green on the outside when it's firm. When it ripens, it turns really white on the outside and inside. But yeah, the old drawings of Elbertas and Hollies, they look like that. They look like a oblong green football with a little dash of red on it. And, over the last 100 years, we've changed the definition of peach from that to a round red basketball.
So lots of people are listening today, and they're going to be like, okay, if I'm going to go for an heirloom, which one, let's say that they're in a climate where they can grow the kind of trees that you grow. If you could pick just one or two of your heirloom or older peach trees, which would you tell them to grow?
For an heirloom peach, I would grow Red Globe and Dixieland. Those two are July peaches, and to eat them is just phenomenal. They're very reliable croppers. They are yellow peaches, and what I think of as an old school peach. Both of those are fantastic. As you move up north, the Red Haven and Crest Haven, those peaches they're just the best if you can get enough chill for them. And those peaches came out of the Michigan breeding program probably I don't know, 60s, something like that. So, you know, in the Southeast, to me, it's hard to beat a red globe to eat it. And it's telling that nobody grows it anymore.
Yeah, because if it's
color.
Right. Interesting. Isn't it interesting how we eat with our eyes as well as, you know, our taste buds and whatever? Definitely.
It is. Well, it's also telling that when people eat a red globe, or a summer gold is another one just as good as a red globe, their eyes don't matter anymore. You know, your mouth.
Once you've tasted it, you're a convert. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.